LasVegasDiscount.net's the best there is. Save up to 50% on your next Vegas trip. And travel, rental, shows, and tours. Find the deals you're looking for. LasVegasDiscount.net. LasVegasDiscount.net. If you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best, visit LasVegasDiscount.net.
FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee, talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Net Radio!
Hola, soy Julio César Chávez.
And lights out, baby. Lights out all day.
This is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to Fight Net Radio.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a one-hour television spectacular.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
We gon' know. I got eyes and ears everywhere. I got friends all over the world, man.
Who gives a shit with Whitey? He's a piece of crap.
With a tear in my eye.
It's pretty cool.
Looking at you.
Hey, how's it going?
So, since we have a missing Deontay, everybody's freaking out.
He's the heavyweight champion, man. It's acceptable for him, right?
All right, tell me about your fight.
Oh, well, I'm excited. Like I said, this is the second opportunity that I get, and God willing, everything goes well this camp, and I'm going to make the best out of it.
What's going to be different in this training camp? What are you looking to switch up?
Our first fight was going to be in November. In February. Now it's November. That's about 6 to 8 months of more knowledge, that I have. I saw his fight with Rivera, and I've watched some other his fights that I know. There's things I just pick off more and work off of that.
So you're going more towards the game tape aspect of the part of his game.
Yeah, definitely, man. I mean, you just got to be able to outdo Leo in everything he does. We know he's a volume puncher. We know he has a good pop. He got good defense. So we've got to be able to take that and outdo him in everything he does.
Fair enough. Going after a strap.
Yes.
Is it more about getting good win over Santa Cruz and letting that happen, or do you want to be champion? Is it draw?
At this point, I think beating the guy, the one that's been at the top of the throne for many years, means more to me personally. No discredit. To me, the WBA is a bonus. But if I beat the guy, now I'm the guy. So to me, it's more important just beating the guy that's in the position, and that is Leo Santa Cruz. He's a great champion. He's a great guy, great person. But I think, to me, it'll mean more beating Leo Santa Cruz. That'll put, a stamp to my career.
No doubt about it. Okay, so let's play the hypothetical. Get to the mountain up. Do you have enough to keep going after that? Would you be happy enough to keep going? Is there more mountains to...
Yeah, obviously, boxing's like a drug. You get some, you want more. You get some, you want more. So right now, my goal is to beat Leo. Once I'm there, my goal will be to unify. Once I'm there, my goal will be, to be down. It's obvious. You obviously always want more.
Right, because for you, it is just about getting to the one spot.
Yes, exactly. That's all I'm worried about right now. Getting that spot, beating Leo, and getting that number one spot.
I always wonder. I just wonder from just a neutral perspective, chasing it so hard.
Yeah.
You get there.
Yeah, you gotta take it step by step. That's how I see things. Take it step by step. First let's get this, then let's go here, and then we can achieve great.
Fantastic. How's media day going?
Oh, it's going good. Busy, and I'm excited for this. I like doing stuff like this, so I'm happy.
Are you gonna? When do you actually start into a hard camp?
We were actually initially getting ready for a fight October 4th back in Houston on BBC show. A few weeks ago, my manager, Louis the Cuban Jr., which I thank him. It if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be in this position. Called me, said, "Hey, do you want to fight?" I was like, "Do I want to fight?" Yeah, I want to fight. So we pulled off of there. So right now I'm a little bit ahead of schedule, but I took last week to recover. Right now, starting Monday, it'll be 8-week training camp, full throttle, and we're gonna be
last cheat day?
I always have a cheat day here and there during training camp.
What is the cheat day for you?
A cheat day for me will probably be going to a good restaurant and getting a steak and just eating dessert after. I love dessert. I got a sweet tooth, so that'll be maybe drinking some soda or something. That'll be a cheat day for me. But as hard as the boxer works, as hard as we work, I mean that'll come off right off you the next day, following day.
The final question, because we're here for one reason tonight. It is all about Spence and Porter.
I mean, it's going to be a great fight. I kind of feel like it's disrespectful for Shawn the way people are just counting him out. But Spence is a top dog. But I got to go with Spence. But I mean, you can't count a guy like Shawn out. You just can't. And I think
being there all the way.
Yeah, and I think. I wouldn't be surprised if Shawn wins. Say it like that. Put it like that.
I think it's all yours. Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. Lee Hanishan, not an Andrew Labouche puppet. Finding out today for the first time ever. I'm already excited about this. Andrew has been standing for every episode of Fight Net Radio since 2006.
Yes, sir.
That was mind-boggling. Joining us at our home studios, I'm actually remote. I'm on my way to Vegas. I'll give a shout out, but nobody's going to hear this. I suppose I could get it up in time, but it's not going to matter. So you already know this story, right? So 2 weeks ago, I go to Vegas, cover the fights, and I go to Will's house. And he goes, "Oh, you got to meet Coach Eddie." I'm like, "No, I don't have to meet Coach Eddie. I'm pretty happy watching football, bro." And Coach Eddie comes over and he starts teaching his kid some jiu-jitsu, mixed martial arts, some Muay Thai. And the minute they're starting to do drills and stuff, Will does "Do you think you could do it?" I said, "Yeah, I think I could do it. I think I could do the drills." And I'm already starting to get edgy that I'm not warming up with the kid. I did one circle drill. I'm already starting to get in my brain pumped up about doing jiu-jitsu again. And I'm like, shut it down. Go watch the Chargers lose. That's what I did. That was the Detroit loss weekend, Andrew, or 2 weeks ago. So I'm sitting in there and he goes, Eddie's opening a new place. I said, "I'm not working with another coach, or opening up another studio." "Why?" I said, "Because my coach, who doesn't listen to me," shout out to Sammy. And by the way, if you're in the Covina area, go to Teixeira Garcia. Lots of videos online of them training and going to competitions, and that's just their rah-rah. I said, I told him, I'm not going to help another guy. I'm not going to. He goes, "But didn't you study and learn all that stuff to learn how to run one of those?" I said, "Yes, I did. I spent hours and hours trying to figure out how to make Sammy's place more profitable." I said, but he didn't listen. So you already know how this is going to go, right? Long story short, I talked to Coach Eddie. Eddie's a nice guy. Eddie says, "I'll do whatever you tell me to do. I appreciate the free advice." And he hands me his business card that says Destiny MMA Fitness and Smoothie Facility, or what? It's big, long name. And I went, "No, you're Coach Eddie. That's just basically it." It's like, "What?" "Yeah. You're not going to work with adults. You're going to work with women and children." "I'm going to what?" I said, "No adults, women and children." "Okay, I'll do what you say." He did it. So the very least I could do for the last 2 weeks, he has just literally been nodding his head going, "Okay, Lee, I'll do it." Fuck, I got to go to the grand opening now, bro. Instead of recover from last night, where I walked Staples Center for 16 hours straight trying to find a seat. It almost became irritating at one point. So I show up early. Let me recap. For everybody who doesn't know, Spence versus Porter. Spence won. We can go through each and every single fight if you'd like, starting from the bottom up. And we're going to. So I get there on time to go to the Deontay Wilder press conference.
Hold on. As we have breaking news. Live on the air from phone. It's Guillermo Jimenez. What's going on, Guillermo?
What is going on?
I don't know. We're on air, dude. Are you coming on or what? You have an email in your email. You have a link in your email.
Email in my link.
Lee, where'd you send it?
His Gmail account?
Gmail.
By the way, for anybody listening, I'm not going to edit this. This is going to be today's show.
Yeah, this will be the show. If you can get to the Gmail, please get to the show. Let me call you right back, bro. We are on recording.
Like we're attacking a mountain. Diving. I think this is great shit for the podcast people. I'm ultimately going to cut this up as a video, so it doesn't really matter. But
daughter?
Look, a daughter on camera.
Yeah, you wanted this, Lee.
Can you burp? Yeah, I do. Can you burp her like on air? Can she, like,
girl. Say hi.
Got a white T-shirt on. Can you get her to like spittle on you? Cause
she don't spit up. She breastfeeds, so she don't spit up. Tell him.
What is that thing on your head? Oh, I want. What a cutie.
Sure. Yeah, we did good.
You did good. And your wife got another daughter to save everything. Because as you and I both know, you've already lost out on having a daughter. Once they're 15, they're done. You've lost your daughter. It's over. Too funny. You were
told you she dances right by me now.
I know. It's all good.
They used to run up and hug you, and
it's all over. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. I went to the Spence Porter fight. We're going to talk about that today. You're not going to get any. For those of you watching video, you actually get us. But here's a new plug. Go to fightnetradio.com. Yeah, that's not going to help. I'm not going to do it. I'm over it. Video is enough. Go to fightnetradio.com. I just updated the website completely today. I just made some last minute changes, but if you go to fightnetradio.com, we have our new logo up, new links. We have feeds for all over the internet. We actually have streaming news. Our Facebook page is now on there. It's awesome, actually, Andrew. I'm actually very happy with it. Let me see if I can show it.
Sir, doing good.
So you can appreciate this thing.
Oh, I looked. I went to it.
It's pretty cool, right?
Yes, sir.
So now it's got the most recent episode through Spotify. There's a news feed on the right-hand side. This is actually our Facebook feed on the left. Then a big, giant catalog through iHeart Radio. And, of course, our complete masthead with our information with Andrew's name first, as it should be. As it should be. Because Andrew's in charge. Andrew makes all the decisions.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that out loud for all of our talent to hear. I don't make any decisions on my own. I consult with Andrew. That's just a funny inside joke at this moment for me and Andrew and one other person who I guarantee is listening to the show. It's all Andrew. I texted him and he said no.
You're so stupid.
I know, right? But that's a great inside joke. All right. Hashtag 331, right? Hashtag 331, 331. That was the amount. $331. I'm going all the way with the joke, Andrew.
We're going to move forward. Yes, we're going to move forward.
All right, so I get to Spence Porter, all right?
All right.
I get there early, and I go up to the Deontay Wilder press conference. Guess what the Deontay Wilder press conference was missing at 2:30 in the afternoon? Do you know?
What's that?
Deontay Wilder.
How late was he, Lee?
So there was wait, this is the funniest part. So we got Santa Cruz, we got Miguel Flores, and we got Luis Ortiz, who's saying the same thing in every interview, right? I picked the most strategic spot right in an aisle, right by all the escorts, right? All the PR escorts. I had the best spot. With my camera up, you guys can go see the video on our Facebook feed. Actually, I can now say it officially. Go to fightnetradio.com and you can watch the video feeds. But you could see Luis Ortiz right in front of me, and I thought, oh, I'm going to get him for an interview. And then I went, oh, he doesn't speak English. That's not going to be a good interview. And so I didn't do it. And so then I looked around for Santa Cruz, who's kissing babies and hugging strangers because he knows everybody in the room because he's been boxing for 57 years now. So I couldn't really get my hands on Santa Cruz. And friend of ours, Mario Serrano, wanders in with his promoter's badge on. He goes, holy shit, Lee, you got into this event? Those were the first words he said. I said yes.
Not a high.
Not a high. He literally looked at my badge and couldn't believe it. His eyes were this big, literally this big. He's like, "What did you have to do?" I said, "Show him my actual numbers." He went, "Oh, why didn't you do it sooner?" I don't like people looking at my numbers. To which I said, "Who do you have here?" And he goes, "Miguel Flores." I said, "Of course you don't have a good one." Yeah, I didn't say it out loud. I just thought it. He doesn't listen, and Miguel doesn't listen to the show either.
Hey, he's a co-main event, man. Might change that night.
Calm down, bro.
All right.
You and Miguel, calm down, all right? He's just happy to be here and eat a steak. So I got actually 4 or 5 minutes with him. I waited till he did all the press rounds, and I walked over to Mario when they were talking. I'm like, "Can I have him for a couple of minutes?" He's like, "Absolutely." And he came over, and he told me about the previous fight and how they didn't get to have that fight and how this fight's going to be different. And at the end of the day, I really wanted to look at him and go, "But Santa Cruz is really just going to knock you out, bro." I mean, I don't mean to be a dick, but Miguel Flores is literally out of his depth. Let's start right there, Andrew. Miguel Flores versus Leo Santa Cruz.
Yeah, the co-main event for Wilder Ortiz. I mean, Santa Cruz, Lee's been in a lot of wars. He's always had injuries to his hands. You never know, man. PBC, these guys sometimes don't add up to what they always are or what we thought they were going to be, right? Could have seen that last night. Possibly seen that last night. Not saying that it happened. Little teaser. But, you know, it's all around. Leo Santa Cruz needs to step up. I mean, it's been a while now. He's been, you know, sitting there with some big names that are not with the PBC, and I think it's time for those fights to get made. Just like last night, I think there was a turning point in Spence's career. I don't know how many people are really going to buy into that Danny Garcia fight. We'll see what the numbers are for this fight with Porter. I can't see Danny being that much bigger in the marketing side. So I don't know, but I didn't see too many people happy with that announcement either. I don't know if you caught that out there.
I did catch it out there. I saw everything, which takes me to the main event of the press conference, Deontay Wilder versus Luis Ortiz. So by 3 o'clock, and everybody's now saying, "Oh, he's on the way, he's on the way." I went, I got a pastrami in my bag. I just need a Coke, and I'm ready to pitch a tent, right, and wait this out, thinking that I'm going to get Deontay Wilder. Based on what I could tell online, I'm not sure if he ever showed up. Have you seen the actual press conference?
No, he did. He did. I
gave up after 45 minutes. I was there for like an hour and a half. I'm like, they're fighting downstairs. Like, this is stupid. So
it usually gets like that. Mayweather used to do the same, right? We all remember Mayweather coming in, you know, possibly even 2 hours, 2 hours plus behind schedule, doing his own little thing.
LRB was there. They were all there. I mean, I heard all the press. I don't think, based on what I could tell, Deontay didn't say anything fantastic. There was no massive circulation on the topic. I can report
it's kind of embarrassing, right? I mean, come on. This guy literally tells everyone how he wants to be loyal to Showtime, and Showtime dumps him on his very next fight, talking about they didn't think it would be financially how did Espinoza say it? Like, they didn't want to lose. They didn't want to lose money on it, Lee. They lost money on the last one. You know damn well they did. That $20 million payday to Brazil.
I don't know how Al Heyman, Leonard Ellerby, the whole crowd isn't suing Showtime right now for like $45 million.
Oh, and when is Deontay going to start suing? Because he should have 140 in his bank account right now.
I agree.
Remember we talked about that, Lee? Remember about the not being able to make that money back? Hella dumb. Don't trust anyone in boxing. Remember all those talks we had to Deontay right here on FightNet, giving him free fucking advice. He would have been 140 million.
He was faithful to the Espinoza.
He would have been $140 million richer, man. He listens to two guys on a fucking podcast. Seriously.
I knew you were here, Will.
Will's here.
Hi, Will.
Thank you for sending it to an email that I haven't used in a decade, it seems.
You know what? That's
hot.
the email.
It's all hot stuff at Gmail.
You know what? When I was thinking this and running around
some of these emails like, oh no, this can't be here.
Well, I'll go funnier than that, Will. Like, I'm sitting here going, oh, obviously I used an old email address, and I'm thinking Andrew could literally forward this to whatever he wants because he's got his phone in his hand. I don't know where mine is. I keep turning off the camera and running around trying to find my phone.
You know, it's it's an old email. It has my whole name in it.
Yeah. Right. God forbid anybody should know your whole name. Yeah. But I digress. All right, so that was the Deontay Wilder. You came right in time. Yeah.
Wait.
Do you need me to, like, the minute you tell me to wait, you start coughing on camera? Yeah, like, exactly. Do you need me to run out to the car and go get the bullhorn so you have the whole show? No, I don't like to do that on camera. I'm shy.
The fight, I don't know. Hey, you got 7-Eleven too, Lee. Hey.
Yeah, didn't we do this? Didn't we have this conversation already? Yeah, so Deontay Wilder.
I just thought you got cheap coffee.
Let's talk about the actual fight. Okay, so Showtime drops him. It's going to be Fox pay-per-view. Steven Espinosa literally fucked Deontay Wilder up the ass.
Yes,
we called it. I told him it would happen. Nobody listens to us. That's fine. And here's the part that blows my mind. We actually do a show that is holy shit, he made it on camera. We do a show that is mostly for press and PR people, Andrew, right? This show was always designed to make those people laugh. Like, we get average fans, it's great, but you know this from the FNR regulars. They're all into boxing somehow, most of them. Like, the bulk of them are like, I work in a boxing gym. Like, we cater to people who get all the inside jokes. So somebody could have told Deontay that he was about to get fucked up the ass without even spit on that dick.
Right,
I mean,
right now, he needs to make 120 million more. Hey, no Vaseline. Did you just pull what was that, Chisora? You're fucking me with no Vaseline
spit.
right now.
He didn't even get spit on that dick.
Nope.
He literally got it raw dogged and hard, like a dude who was drunk and out on a merchant marine vessel. I mean, it just literally. Woo!
And does this mean
that Deontay Wilder, I'd be walking around my house going, till this day, gonna kill me some Espinosa. How'd I do?
Is Showtime out?
Yes.
Did they just throw up the flag?
Come on, you pass on Ortiz. Look, just from a logistical standpoint, right? That's the biggest fight they've been offered to date, right? They're not getting Pacquiao versus Mayweather anymore. They're not getting it. Like, that's the biggest thing you're getting is Luis Ortiz versus Deontay Wilder, and you said no.
Yeah. Yep.
He pulled out the minute they asked for real cash. He literally fucked them. Espinosa stood on a press platform, and I quote, in his fuck you, Dickie voice, "Oh, loyalty's everything. We're so happy to still have Deontay here.
Yeah. In the family, we're all family.
I like to fuck my fighters up the ass. This might be the newest character. My name is Steven Espinosa. I am the gay caballero."
Hey, did you see Deontay Wilder's interview?
No.
Which one? Last night?
I went to go eat last night.
Last night.
Nope. I gave up waiting around for his sorry ass. He was late to the press conference. I didn't eat. I went to go I got the hat. You guys don't know about the hat. The hat out here in LA, their pastrami is the shit, Maynard. I had a pastrami. I got it through security. I found a place that gave me bottomless Cokes. And I had a TV to watch the earlier fights and power. Andrew, you know this is a media person. That's the fucking holy grail of pre-fights. Yes. A table, power, endless drinks, and a pastrami sandwich. That's a pretty fucking powerful combination. To wait out till 4:30. Go ahead. Tell me about his press conference. Sorry.
No, you're good. No, it wasn't no press conference. He was just interviewed, and he was asked by the announcer, "So have you been training for the fight yet?" And he was like, "No, but I've been training up here already. I'm already there."
Oh my God. I got to get that clip. I hear it. So clip
the transitioning has already started mentally.
That's the new clip, right? I'm getting ready to tell this. What have we got eyes and ears everywhere? Eyes and ears everywhere is going away. I've been training up.
I've been training here till this day.
Vince McMahon He's just waiting, you guys. He's just waiting. Deontay's going to make a lot of money in the WWE one day. I really do believe that. The guy is totally set for that kind of platform.
That was the plan, Andrew.
I know. No, I know.
In my head. Right after I get the $144 million out of Espinosa.
Out of Showtime.
Till this day.
Damn.
Till this day. I got eyes everywhere, Andrew. I know.
Free advice, man.
Up here.
Fucking A.
All right.
We literally, hey Lee, we literally saved Kovalev, right? We saved Kovalev. 4 million views later.
We saved Pulev.
Pulev, there you go.
I literally saved his career and a lawsuit.
And we tried to give fucking Deontay 140 million. Literally told him, bro, what are you doing? You don't see this.
We also predicted
one fight later, Willie, they fucking fire the kid.
Yeah, Showtime fired him officially.
Fucked up.
Actually, we have done a very good job of being right. I think I really fucked up on my picks last night, Andrew. So I am not from the future, just so everybody knows that.
He's all, I went and bet the house too. No. Oh man, yeah, we'll go through the fights. We did.
Right,
I got close.
The first fight I watched live was, of course, at 4:30, which was Shitbag versus Shitbag at 4:30 on Fox Sports 1. I mean, don't get me wrong, Spencer looked kind of game, right? I don't know what they were expecting to get out of that fight for 4 rounds, because the two of those dudes tore each other up like somebody was owed money in that fight. All right. Do we ever think we're going to see Spencer on the big stage? For those of you wondering, first fight of the evening at Staples that anybody watched, which is at 4:30. They had 27 fights, Andrew. This is a true story. They had literally fights starting at 1:10 in the afternoon, and then TV started at 4:30. I went down from the press conference around 3:30, and there were no more fights left. So that means in 2 hours they tore through pretty close to 15 fights. That'll tell you how bad the
matchmaking is. Yeah, and the matchmaking.
So at 4:30 is when we hit TV Spencer.
On the PBC timeline, Spencer won't be in a big fight until 2031. Okay, because he's about 19 years old right now, right? Lee, he's 19. What did they say? He's 19. He's 20, some shit like that. Come on.
So
Al Heyman don't get you.
Years, you're giving him literally like
yeah. Oh yeah.
11...
Hey, Gary Russell. Can I say Gary Russell? Can I say Deontay Wilder?
You know this. I ran into Victor Ortiz last night, right? So I'm doing a quick box rec before I go over and talk to him. He's just walking down the hallway and he's eyeballing my pastrami. I'm like, I'll fuck you up, bro.
Hey, Victor will take it. You know that, right? Yeah. You don't fuck around. He'll take that shit.
He'll just take that shit and rape me while I do it. There it was. I'm on a trifecta today. So I'm sitting there and I'm like looking at his box rec going, oh, he's not scheduled to fight. All right, I'm going to go over and talk to him. I said, Victor, how's the rape case?
No,
no. I didn't. I went, hey, Victor, when are you doing Dancing with the Stars again and looking like an asshole? No, I didn't do that either. My daughter likes Victor Ortiz. She doesn't know any better. She watches Dancing with the Stars.
Nice.
She goes, you know Victor Ortiz? Sadly, I do. I literally walked up and he like gave me the head nod like we were long lost friends. I'm like, you owe me money, fucker. I don't know what your shit. No. I'm like, Victor, just came over to shake your hand, just hounding for press. When are you going to fight again? Are you retired? What's going on? That's what I said. I wasn't being dicky about it. And he goes, you guys retired me. I'm like, whoa, bro. You don't listen to my show, so don't be saying it was me. I didn't say that either because he looked like he could fucking hit. He does. He looks like a fucking, like, I'm packing. This show's off the rails. I said, so what's up? Typical PBC, right? His last fight is in 2018. I'm going to fight again. Okay, when? In a couple of months. Is that a standard? I wanted to go, is that a standard PBC answer when you're supposed to be asked by media, when's your next fight? In a couple of months. He goes, I did sign with Freddie Roach. I said, when did the PBC get into bed with Freddie Roach and start putting their fighters over there? Like, that seems to be like the trend for like aged fighters they want to squeeze another fight out of. Send him to Freddie. He'll get him through another fight. So there's your breaking news. Another PBC fighter who hasn't fought in a year and a half. And based on Andrew's math, I would agree. Spencer will be the next middleweight champion in approximately 11 years, based on math.
PBC, man.
Fuck. He's holding out for...
Soon Spence is going to start saying, well, I don't have to fight the champ. Look at my age. He's the one that needs me, right? Isn't that what all these guys say? I don't have to fight Lomachenko. Look at how old he is. I just have to wait. I mean, they're very upfront with the fucking duck season bullshit, man.
It is pretty BS. Which takes us to our second fight of the evening that we all watched.
I almost took off my shirt. You see how this video thing's not going to work?
You normally take your shirt off when you do the show?
Yeah, Lee.
Oh, my God. You missed out on all the revelations. Let me do it as Bob Arum because I don't have my megaphone. It's in the car, but I'll just do it.
WWE, and you're going to start ripping your shirt.
Okay, so here's what we learned. Andrew stands through every Fight Net radio show since 2006. Didn't know that fact. Number 2, he's been doing it like fucking Bert Kreischer without a shirt on. Like he's like Tim the Toolman Taylor over there. So he's like practically buck naked, sweating and like losing his shit while he does these shows. I'm telling you, adding video has become the most interesting thing ever to this show. I can't stress it enough for those of you listening.
We already brought Natalia on the show.
Yeah, she made an appearance. All right, second fight of the evening. We're going to be here all day. I got to go to Vegas to grand opening. Eddie Yeagan, Coach Eddie, today on Rainbow. Hey, for those of you listening.
Oh, Andrew loves this.
Will. This is fucking Will's fault.
Andrew likes
Go help him, Lee. You do that shit. This is how he says it. Go help him. You do that shit. I'm like, no. That's exactly how you said it. Go help him. He's opening a place. No. Didn't I say no originally? That I was just going to sit in my seat until you actually planted it in my head, and then I was walking around like a mental patient and went, oh, he's Coach Eddie. I'm like, oh. It was all over at that point. Now I'm Coach Eddie Yeagan's marketing department. All right, so second fight of the evening is, by the way, go to Coach Eddie Yeagan's grand opening at Destiny MMA Fitness, Smoothie, Muay Thai, Yoga, foot massage, Joy House. Like, I hate that name. I'll say it. He doesn't listen. I hate that Destiny thing. I hate it. Second fight of the evening, Robert Guerrero won against someone we're never going to hear from again. So let's talk about Robert the Ghost Guerrero, who is on his third consecutive fight. I sound like a reporter. Third consecutive fight against lower level tier opponents and looking just good enough to beat lower level tier opponents on curtain jerking Fox Sport 1 main events. Like, fuck, have some dignity, Robert.
Oh,
I'm saying it. He took a beating in that fucking fight, dude. I mean, he won, but look at Robert. He looks like a fucking car hit him after.
Yeah, it was 30. He's 36, so definitely on the downside of the career here. I don't know. Do you want this one, Will? You want to take this one? And did you watch it?
I watched
every fight at this point.
You know, Robert being a Northern California fighter, man, we always want to love and support him. But yesterday wasn't good to watch for me. That's all I got to say.
It's not going to get any better. He went to war with the guy, an unknown, so that's not good. I liked his punch output. He's still throwing a lot of punches at 36 years of age, but yeah, I don't want to see him versus Spence, and I don't want to see him versus Pacquiao.
Let's be realistic.
You know they're going to do it, though.
I know
fights,
they are.
you guys.
He's going to take a payday. He's going to take $5 million and take that fight. Yep. I get it.
In L.A., they'll
hey, Robert, if you're going to do it the first time you get hurt, just take a knee. You know, there's no you've done a lot. There's no reason for you to getting a beat down, and that's no disrespect, but it's just, it's not the same Robert Guerrero out there. And I know, his age, I mean, isn't in my eyes just a big deal, but it's just the wars that he's been in. He's taken a lot of punches, and
the other day we talked about Tapia versus Barrera and how boring of a fight that was. Robert does a few more of these comeback wins, I see Freddie Roach and Pacquiao giving him one of those sparring matches on the way out. He was a sparring partner to Manny back in the day. He's used to fight under Freddie, right? Doesn't it all? They're both PBC. I would see him landing like a fight like that with Manny and getting out of there. And hopefully it does end like Tapia Barrera, which was just a sparring match with a nice hug.
All right, so who would we like to see him fight other than retire, right? What's the mid-level journeyman? Oh, that's a good co-main event. You know, who is his Miguel Flores? Who is his...
Well, I think the beef that was never aired out or whatever settled was him and Broner. Him and Adrian Broner.
But Broner's retired. Broner's taking his...
Oh, he was around the ring last night, Lee. He was there last night.
Taking all the booze.
Deontay, how do you say it? Gervonta Davis and Broner were seen last night. Gervonta looked about a middleweight, man. That kid was so big, his necklaces looked like chokers on him. Like, I think he bought those things when he was in fight shape.
And he looked like a little teddy bear.
Yeah, man, he was heavy. That kid is heavy when he's not fighting. That's really never a good sign for a fighter.
Which takes us to pay-per-view, right?
Yes, those are it.
Kick off. This is why I wanted my phone at this exact moment so that I'd look really slick and cool. Hold on, I can do this still. All right. Nope, those are quotes.
You want me to call your phone?
No. Why? That's not going to help anything. It's just not. Hold on. Let me bring up the whole. I actually have quotes and everything. I could be really reportery at this moment, but to be honest, I'm not going to do that. So
you did a good job online with the quotes. I seen all that.
Yeah, all those came in. First fight of the evening was Josecito, correct?
Yes. Yep.
There we go.
Molina.
Josecito Lopez gets a unanimous win over John Molina Jr. Let's talk about.
No, he knocked him out.
No, he got a knockout. Sorry. I'm having a mental fart because I wanted him to have a unanimous decision on my sports pick.
And it was actually going there.
No, it wasn't, dude. That first round was brutal. John, I don't know how he got out of that first round. I don't know what the ref was thinking, allowing it to go beyond one round. Like, he was getting jacked up.
It's John Molina, bro. That's the type of fights he has. I was really upset.
He looks so doy when he gets when the dude gets hit. Has anybody noticed this? John Molina actually looks stupid when he gets, and I don't mean like a bad way. Like, he's just like he has the face when he's getting jacked up. Like, he doesn't have a poker face in the ring at all. Like, he's just got this.
You know, Rafael Ruelas used to be like that. I kind of know what you mean. It showed it all on their face.
Never take the fight out of a fighter. I have a never say die attitude. Well, that's true. And I have my whole career. No, you don't. You're done, fucker. You're done. It was a tough fight, but the better man won tonight. I wanted to keep going at the end. I thought I was still coherent. No, you weren't. And could still move well. But you can't go against what the referee says. What are you fucking talking about?
No, wait a minute. Now, was this the one where Ray Cordova, I believe the referee's name was?
Yes.
Yeah, he was on that dude was on a little amateur run though last night. Look, this is still professional boxing, Lee. I don't like the ref stepping in after a hard blow. Bro, these are not kids. These are men.
Yeah, but we're talking about John Molina from Covina, California.
It doesn't matter.
He's gotten literally beat up by everybody now.
But in this point of his career, he really needs that win against Lopez, right? You really don't want to lose to a Josecito Lopez at this point in your career. That could be everything. And for a referee to step in and just wait, I believe that's the fight he waved off. You guys, am I mistaken when I say that? He was on his feet when they stopped this fight.
Yes, he was.
Okay, so if it is that one with Cordova, and sorry I don't have no notes in front of me. No, I didn't like it at all. And I don't think Guzan liked the stoppage. Look, Molina's a fighter
Guzan is clearly having sex with John Molina. He's the only one who talks positively about him.
That's his
He
kid.
doesn't listen to the show.
No,
either.
he did train him. He trained him back in the day.
I know, and he keeps talking about him like, "Oh, you got to give John a chance. He's just got to
he's
get
Arturo
warmed up."
Gotti. He's like an Arturo Gotti. No, whatever. You know what I said? I want Cordova to pay my fucking cable bill if that's how he's going to be stopping fights. I don't need it.
It seems like, don't touch the quarterback type of deal refereeing around here nowadays.
Some of these fights, yes, sir, I totally agree. And I know we've had tragedies. I get all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for
round one when he was given a gift.
Lee, but we're talking 7 rounds later.
And actually stumbled at the ref, and the ref gave him enough time to even collect himself there in round one because it was the biggest fight of his life. But he stumbled when he was taking those first steps. The fight should have been waived right there. You and I both
but
know.
Now we're talking 7 rounds later, bro.
Oh.
We're talking 7 rounds later now. And so I don't care about what happened in round 1 when we're in round 8. And he at least let him go down. I'm dead serious. And I know Molina knows what he signed up for. We all know what type of fighter Molina is. It's not like, oh shit, last night I seen him take punishment that I've never seen him take before. That's a lie.
You and Goosen. Oh, just I can't believe it.
Are you saying these referees are catching feelings?
Yeah, no, a lot of them are starting to referee like the amateurs.
Say this.
In
if
the amateurs,
there are only 2 referees you want. You either want Tom Taylor or you want that crazy fucker from Oxnard who doesn't.
Hey, I like Jack Reese. Hey, who is Jack the son? Who's the son that let the guy fight with the torn ACL? Mercante Jr. Mercante. Yeah. Hey, he was all, hey, I'm not going to take this from you. You can fight if you want. Dude's out there limping around. Cotto's just whooping his ass.
Will could have paused his screen at this moment, which is what I was trying to figure out, which was pausing screens. Gives a tutorial moment. Josecito Lopez said this after the fight. John Molina is a warrior for sure. It was a pleasure to beat the fuck out of him. I want to thank Robert Garcia and the whole team because he looked like a fucking gangster showing up in his lowrider and his 1950s wardrobe in his zoot suit to the ring. What was Robert? What was he wearing? What
are you talking about? Ruben
yes.
Guerrero? Yeah,
yes.
No, I know. It's who he is. I don't know what the fuck.
I digress.
Yeah,
there's
the guy,
a lot more to the Riverside Rocky, Robert Garcia, but yada, yada, yada.
Hey,
now listen, that's a good fight, though, you guys. What about that for a title shot? Because that's how the PBC works. Lopez Guerrero.
No. Hey, Josecito Lopez to me is that guy who's gets you out of. I don't want to say gets you out of, but it puts you in that rank that you're a contender, and and he's the perfect fighter for that because he's going to give you everything he has. You get by Josecito Lopez, you could start calling yourself a contender. Kind of like if you beat Shawn Porter, you get you're up there in the echelon to fight one of the elite,
Well, I definitely don't want them both to get title shots. So why not fight for one of them to get one? And that's a fight that both men can still win.
Well, as many titles as there are, hey, have them fight for an intern title, I guess.
Should Robert Guerrero try to get out of PBC and go fight Terrence Crawford? Top Rank's hella looking for some fights right now. And Al Heyman, wait a minute now. Al Heyman did let go of Andy Ruiz to go fight Joshua. And he didn't stay in the way of that fight at all because Eddie Hearn will owe him now, right? Now you scratch my back, I scratch yours type deal. Well, if there's really no future at Robert with anyone else but one of the 2 top guys. So if he didn't see a market in either of those fights, Pacquiao or Spence, you move him. You let him go make his little $5 million. He'll make about $5 million fighting Terrence Crawford right now because Top Rank's kind of desperate. They kind of need fighters over there. Like they're really trying to get him versus Kell Brook. Kell Brook hasn't done shit in the welterweight division for how long? And that's the name they're looking at for Terrence Crawford. So, yeah, maybe if I'm Robert Guerrero, I try to get out of my contract right now with PBC or at least talk to Al, right? Give him a bigger cut as a manager. Get your little $5 million payday with Terrence Crawford, though.
Which hopefully would be Robert's last fight. I don't want to see him get hurt. I don't want to see
It
him
would
in the ring.
definitely be. I think it would have to be his last fight, bro. I don't see him getting out of that one, but it's a good payday. It's a good payday. That's what he's here for, right? We can all come to that agreement. Robert ain't here to win titles.
I mean, how many people just drop the PVC and go without Heyman nowadays?
Yeah, no, it hasn't happened in a while. He hasn't had a big signing in a while.
So somewhere under the table, these PVC guys are getting paid from where I don't know. So I mean, I guess
Last night, everyone only made about $2 million to $1 million. The whole top 4 guys. I think it was like $1 million to the co-main event and $2 million to the main. Not that much money when you're talking pay-per-view.
With those prices, I think they get a little bit more.
You thought, yeah, I know. Al Heyman used to pay. Definitely no Mayweather paid outs. Another thing that was sad about yesterday, I don't know if these guys are realizing it. Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia, 2 guys that were already supposed to be the face of the welterweight division, the face of boxing, were sitting there talking about how great it would be to fight a 42-year-old Manny Pacquiao. When are they going to turn to Al Heyman and ask when is it my turn to be Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather? It's kind of sad. Manny, who was already an afterthought in Top Rank, is running the PBC right now. Let me say that again to you guys. He was an afterthought to Bob Arum. Terrence Crawford was going to wipe Manny Pacquiao out. They were done with him. You go to the PBC and now you're the face of that fucking division? Duck season. Anybody?
No, they are ducking. I mean, it's like that point, like the point you brought to me the other day. Like, which one of these welterweights are taking each other out? You know what I mean? It's like Manny seems like he's the only one in the welterweights that used to do that. Last night we didn't see that. And I was anticipating for it. I know we'll get into that fight later, but there's just nobody clearly, dominating that division right now, and then they're not doing it in dominant fashion. Like you said, everything's going to decision. I know Spence almost pulled it off, but even still,
the only thing I liked about last night, Will, is Spence went for it in that 12th round. That boy showed us a little bit, or that man showed us a little bit of his Meldrick Taylor side in that 12th round. He didn't need to do that.
We've always had that dominant welterweight. I mean, even Ricardo Mayorga was a dominant welterweight. He was knocking people out. Trinidad Hearns. I mean, there was always somebody around there getting rid of you, knocking you out, showing you're the man, and really there isn't.
Lee, you found your phone? I feel like you found your phone.
I didn't find my phone. I'm letting you guys, be you. I'm drawing on the screen while you guys talk.
Yeah, but you know what? Josecito Lopez, Robert Guerrero, that should be the next fight. Just let them go at it.
Oh my God.
Let's
execute Robert.
Hey, it's Josecito Lopez versus Molina. It's the same caliber fight there, and they did a good scrap last night, and it's a good start to a pay-per-view card. Gets Robert back on pay-per-view, and with the win, at least then he'd be a little bit more considered a little bit more legit if he does get a Pacquiao or a Spence fight.
Yeah, no, if he can get by Lopez, he'll get one more shot.
Yep.
Definitely. Especially in the PVC. Oh, yeah, it's guaranteed.
All right. Everybody done talking about Josecito Lopez like he's the second coming of God? After literally fighting John Molina. It was fucking John Molina. Back away from it. Jesus Christ.
Oh, let's everybody get up in the ball sack of John Molina. He was a competitor. Fuck that ref.
Yeah, the ref did it twice, too. He did it twice last night. He stopped 2 fights with guys on their feet. I just thought that was a little amateurish. I don't need to see that. I really don't. These guys all know what they signed up for. I watch football. Lately. I watch football to see them play tackle football. I don't want to see 2-hand touch. I don't want to see, you can only fucking.
You don't watch football. You watch the Raiders.
No, I watch football. No. I watch football. The fantasy sport, what is it called? Fantasy football has brought me back to that. It used to be only Raiders. Lee, there was no other better players in the league but the Raiders when I was young.
Andrew would still draft nothing but Raiders in fantasy football, so he still only had one game to watch.
right, so here's the question, Will, as I'm taking a breather right here. How are you wearing your gear when you have a bye this week? Like, is it just Sunday and you pray to the Niner gods?
It does not matter,
Jimmy
man.
G, please don't get hurt. Please don't get hurt.
Oh yeah, I mean that's how it is. I mean the Niners ain't nothing without Jimmy Garoppolo, man. I mean just him being on the field.
Look, I picked him up off the waiver. He was a steal. I digress. This is the middle of the show. Go to fightnetradio.com. Completely updated, renovated, all new. It's really super skippy and exciting. I can't stress it enough. I'm actually going to share that screen so that you guys can take a gander at the new Fight Net Radio website. Yeah, Fight Net Radio. You can find links to all your stops. Go check out the FNR merchandise at the FNR merchandise store. Spotify, Facebook, a news feed. We have a news feed, Andrew. We're like a real news site now. Our complete catalog is also available. And if you want to get in touch or find out about anything about our team, we have everybody listed at the bottom. And of course, we have a contact button so you can get a hold and send us all of your questions. There you go. Cool. Let's get back to this. We're in the middle of discussing Spence versus Porter on the longest fight card ever created by mankind. We move now to Bader Akhmadov, Bader Bakma against Mario Barrios in what is legitimately the biggest. This is a bigger fuck job than Deontay Wilder. Okay, here's my question. All right? Right? Who got fucked harder in the ass last night? Deontay Wilder, because Steven Espinosa doesn't want to give him any more cash, or Bader Akhmadov with that shitty ass decision.
Oh, will you stop it? He didn't win that fight.
What?
Bro, you don't get dropped. Oh, bullshit. You got dropped twice. He got dropped twice.
Well, right, you got to back me on this. Hold on. I'll mute you. I'm in all the power. Well, I'm not crazy about this, right?
No.
I mean, you know what?
Bader got railed.
You know, him going down, and like when he went down.
Oh my God, this is that Deontay thing.
Oh my God,
no! The fucker went down.
Bullshit.
Hey, look,
bullshit.
When he went down late, the first thing I thought to myself was, "Oh my gosh, this kid was pulling it off, and please don't let it be from the knockdown." You know, late. I know it was his second knockdown. Man, he gave him everything he had, and as for Wilder, I think this would be a little bit more hurting because man, he put up one hell of a fight. He took it to Barrios in every which way. I thought he won every single round in the championship rounds with ease until he got dropped. You know, it's just, you know, he had it, man, and he was going for it, and you know that's boxing. He got clipped. You know, I mean that first half of the fight damaged it for him. You know, I had Barrios winning a lot of the rounds in the, you know, in the first half of the fight, but man, he came out strong.
But that's not the scoring. The scoring is ridiculously lopsided.
I mean,
first seven. This fight 7-5 with 2 knockdowns, man, on every fucking Sunday. I'm telling you that. It's 7-5. The kid comes back at the end, but he was already in the hole. You guys got to remember, it's 0-4 plus a knockdown going into round 5. What the fuck? He's cruising. Barrios is cruising at this moment. Then he got tired, and what does he do? Drops his ass in the final round like every champion is supposed to do, right?
Like the knockdown late, in my opinion, was gonna edge the card.
The deal.
But I thought,
seal the deal.
I mean, watching that fight, you just saw Barrios just getting beat down. You know,
114 to 112. There ain't nothing wrong with that scorecard. 114 to 112.
Him getting tired and him just getting punched at will. I don't know what kind of tired that is in the ring. He was just getting manhandled to me. And it's just
Willie manhandled don't mean shit. That's still a 10-9 round. That don't mean anything. This isn't a street. We don't go off opinions of Max Kellerman, this is who I want to be. Fuck all that. If you don't drop him, it's a 10-9 round. That's how it is. He got dropped twice. Those are both 10-8 rounds. And seriously, this is California. This wasn't Las Vegas. In Las Vegas, that 12th round might have been 9-9. Might have been. In California, it's 10-8. These fucking judges don't know what they're doing. We all know this. Guy gets dropped, guy loses by 2 points.
Well, that's when I knew. That's when I knew when he hit the ground that last time. I was like, all right, well, fight's over.
Yeah, but I thought that was a great fight. What the fuck? Barrios, his eye is closed. he's fighting a madman. This fucking, what is this guy, Russian? What was this dude? He's coming at him with everything. Drops a beautiful right hand with 13 seconds to go. Let's go. Let's go. That was an awesome ending, you guys.
I don't see this happening, but please bring this fight back. I mean, I know they're probably going to go. Barrow's probably going to go in a different direction.
Hell yeah, I'd run.
But you know what? Because it's like, for me, it's very rare for me to spend the type of money I had to spend last night to watch this fight card, man.
You
and it was
paid for that?
Yes.
Oh yeah, why?
People came over and it's like,
you know what? I almost fired one of our employees last night for the fear that he might be paying for actual fights as a guy on a shoestring budget. I was talking to Miguel, actually, Andrew. I'm like, do it the Fight Net Radio way. Steal the fight.
Yeah, but these last 3 fights, Lee, look, I've spent a lot of money watching boxing throughout the years, and if I would have known that these last 3, that the top 3 fights were going to end up that way, to me it was finally well worth it. And
of course, I thought it was too. That was a good fight card.
And especially with this fight, and every single fight seemed like it had drama, especially starting with this Barrios fight, because you could clearly in my eyes seeing that the fight the fight is slipping away from him, and he drops him at the end, and that right there just like I said, I was telling my stepdad, man, I'm like, I think Barrios is going to lose. I think the cards are not going in his favor, and pop, he hits the ground. I'm like, never mind.
Hey, screaming.
There you guys go. Putting the correct score on the screen for everybody, so this makes a great video. What's wrong with my scoring right here? Tell me that this is the way it should have been scored.
What is it? Where is it? I don't see nothing.
Oh, it doesn't show on yours. It only shows on mine. How great is that? I was writing on the screen. So I can put devil horns and you won't know about that, Andrew? Fucking great. I gave Andrew 114, 112 for Barrios. I have for Will 114, 112 Bader. And Lee has 113, 113 draw.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a draw. Seriously, PBC way.
There you go.
PBC way.
We get it a second time as the main, or stick it on the November card. Nobody got that jacked up. They can fight again in November. They should keep putting this fight on until they have a definitive winner, until somebody just gets fucked up.
I mean, like I said, I know they're probably not going to bring that back, but man, that was just one hell of a fight. I mean, it was like, when you get to the undercard, you kind of, walk away, man. This was just like you stuck. You could not avoid watching this fight. One hell of a fight. Hope they bring it back, because I think the loser deserved it.
The rematch would be easier for Barrios. There was a lot of mistakes he showed in this fight. One of them was fighting down to the height of the opponent. The second one was trying to throw hooks. He is a taller fighter. I was screaming for the right hand. You guys don't understand how much the flaws that they were showing.
Did you have your shirt on while you?
Oh man,
did you have your shirt on while you watched the fight?
I was actually watching it with my mom. My mom came over yesterday. She's old school, dude. She's the one who kept HBO all that time, Will. You know that. So we watched the fight together last night, and I'm screaming for this fucking right hand. You guys, this right hand got no head movement. Huh?
Hey, the right hand was beautiful when it landed, though, man. It's just perfect.
He had no head movement, bro. He's just coming straight forward like a tank. Barrios is fucking taller. Drop the leverage, man. Drop it like a hammer. In both fights. That one in the main event, where was the jabs? Why didn't Spence stay behind the jab when fucking Porter is just trying to come in like a Mack truck?
Hey, Bat Ear, is he the Shawn Porter of 140?
Yeah, he was a madman in that fight last night. It was crazy, the pressure he was putting on Barrios, and you've seen it working. I didn't think it was going to work. In the very beginning, I thought he was being way too reckless, and Barrios was just going to pick him apart. Stay on the outside, use your height, and work it. And then they fucking start talking about he needs to stand his ground. Yeah, how did that work for him with his eyes shut down? That's Guzin for you, though, right? Guzin will not back down from a fight.
John Molina, but
exactly.
I'd like to get up in those balls, too.
Corrales, have you ever seen him? Yeah, you know what Guzin would have told that kid to do. that wasn't the right answer. The answer was stay away, use the jab right hand. Let's just box this guy. In the rematch, I believe it was Virgil Hunter that's doing Barrios. In the rematch, I believe if Virgil Hunter's legit, he's going to see the big flaw that he had last night and not telling his kid to stay back and use the right. That fight will be a lot easier. You got to bring something else to the table than just fucking coming straight forward and throwing everything at you. You guys, this was both of their first title shots. There's nerves playing into effect. They go back and watch this tape. Virgil Hunter, he has one of the greatest fighters, if not the greatest fighter that we've ever seen in Andre Ward. Virgil knows how to correct issues, right? We all know about him and his rematches with Ward. They come back, it's a lot easier. They'll see this flaw. They'll take, if they want to take this fight, take it. Barrios beats them a lot easier in the next one.
Okay. With all that said, because I didn't cover it, Barrios did win the fight by split decision. And nobody was more surprised than Barrios himself, by the way. Here are the quotes after the fight. Bader Akhmedov. The judges see better than I can from the ring. I did everything I could. I thought I won the fight. They decided that he won the fight. When I watched the fight, I'll be able to tell you what it looked like. My job is to do everything to win. The judges are supposed to judge correctly. It's California, bro. It must be your first time here. Yeah. Mario Barrios said this after the fight. I promised my city of San Antonio that I would bring back the title home, and I did. I knew this was going to be a war. He was getting dirty in there, but the Mexican warrior in me was not going to let this opportunity pass me by. I dug deep and got the victory. And ... P.S. I was surprised by the outcome too.
No. He did dig deep. The last 13 seconds, that's digging right there. That last right hand that he dropped, yeah, that was pretty good. That was a pretty good fight. Was really impressed.
Hey, for all you young kids out there that want to know how to throw a right hand, just watch that.
Yep. Bro, the scorecards are crazy. They're California crazy. Jeremy Hayes had the fight 111-116 for Barrios. What the fuck is that score, Andrew?
I know.
111-116?
No, I know. I seen it. I'm with you.
Mario Barrios, Tim Cheatham had it 111-115. So we got 111-116, 111-115. That's your majority. This is a unanimous decision. I apologize. And then 114-112. There's your score, Andrew. 114-112.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's in a very, very solid division. I don't see them doing a rematch. I think they move on from here. At the junior welterweight division, you have a lot of fighters. Just name some guys above him. Chris Algieri is a name right above him right now. That's a PB.
Chris Algieri.
Hey, Lee, come on, Mark. Barrios didn't look that great, right? So it's not time to...
He's busy at the vitamin store, bro.
Hey, that's why you take him. That's why you take him, and he's also known.
You know, if you want to keep moving up in your career, you got to have some type of names on there. I don't care where they're at in their career.
Jorge Linares, another fighter, just got knocked out in the junior welterweight division in his last fight. Big time upset. That's a huge name for Barrios right now at this point of his career. And then when you get up into the higher, Victor Postol, Josh Taylor, Prograis, Ramirez, these guys are all busy right now. But he's in a solid-ass division. You got guys like Mikey Garcia and Adrian Broner on the outside, too, looking in. They're not ranked yet, but it looks like both of them are coming back to this division. Barrios will have options. With him being from Texas, that being an awesome win, that win did put him on the map with all of his local fans. We must understand that. Don't be surprised if PBC has him in Dallas in the stadium and coming in the near future here.
Which goes to my second favorite fight of the evening. If I have to power rank these, of these four, look, this is the best fight card the PBC has ever put on. Yes. Can we all agree on one thing? This is the best night the PBC has ever had, bar none.
Yes,
this is by far.
Wait, hold on. You said the second best fight of the night. You're saying that Benavidez and Darrell was your second best fight of the night?
I love this. I was all the way in on this fight, and I'll tell you why. Wait, I'm going to tell you why. There's logic to it. I didn't bet on this fight, but Andrew and I are both a part of the Fantasy Prediction League. Shout out to Shane Ross. Right? Let's give him a shout out. So who did I pick? I took Anthony Durrell by split decision, right? That's not that crazy, is it, Andrew? Knowing what we know now about the outcomes. And if this guy had fucking limped his ass all the way to the 12th round, I think he would have gotten one of the scorecards. So I was all the way in on Durrell, especially after he got split open like a melon. For those of you who don't know, Anthony Durrell lost to David Benavidez, who fucked him up and split him open like Tyson Fury. But they stopped the fight appropriately when it became too much of a cut. How do you not see this as a great come from behind, Will? He gets split open and knows it, right? But he still searches for respect, still pushes Benavidez back. Yep. He went all in. He knew he was about to lose his title. This dude went all in with a bad eye.
Durrell beat Cancer, right? Am I right there? Didn't he beat Cancer?
He beat Cancer. He can't beat a cut eye.
So he's not afraid of Benavidez. Okay, so he's had more battles than what he got in that ring last night. No, Durrell definitely a man. You know his name, the dog. I mean, it speaks perfect for him. I mean, he did everything he could last night. But no, Lee, I know the eye was bothering him, but you started to see Benavidez, starting to pick it up. Those body shots that Benavidez was doing in the inside, him for being so long, being able to do all that.
He's an animal. There's no doubt. He's a legit super middleweight. That's the legit.
Durrell was going to get knocked out, and this time I'm glad that the ref jumped in because, I think it was like 12 straight shots that were landing. Durrell wasn't throwing back. I mean, he was going to get knocked out. I mean, great fight. Definitely great fight. Like I said, it was drama in this fight too with the cut and Durrell not wanting to quit. I believe he told the doctor, "You want to fight? What the fuck? Yeah."
Yeah, who wants to just hand over their title? Like Durrell, where is that?
That was his response. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I got to see it over. But there was definitely no quit. He's champion, But Benavidez is just a better man. He's a monster, man.
But he is a monster. He's like a reduced light heavyweight. He should be fighting Kovalevs of the world. Like he's a very big.
He should be calling out.
He should be fighting Canelo.
Right.
Gilberto Ramirez should be fighting Canelo. These are two big 168 super middleweight champions that Canelo has just bypassed right over to Kovalev, who's 37.
He's not bypassed. It's politics, bro.
Can't take a body shot. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. We'll take that fight. Take that fight right now.
Don't get me wrong. I thought Benavidez was a stud last night, but the story of that fight, I watch boxing not for this is a competitive fight. I could watch two guys fight like this all day. Oh, fuck, I know the backstory. I know Durrell's story. I know Benavidez's story. There was drama in that fucking ring. There's an actual story playing out of a guy about to lose his title and going, oh, fuck, I got to go for this. I got to take a shot at this. And if he had limped to the 12th round, I still say he would have gotten one of the scorecards.
Well,
I haven't seen the final scorecard.
That's probably true, but I don't. I got to tell you, it looked like Durrell was starting to break mentally on the eye. Yeah. Benavidez, I give him a lot of credit. He did anything he had to win last night, and that's elbows, lacing, 7 left hooks in a row. He was trying to murder that fucking eye, you guys. He was like, "Oh, that eye's cut. Watch this. No mercy." That's the type of guy you got to be scared of if you're fighting him.
Defeated. You don't want that to go.
No, hey, he was being ruthless on that eye. You seen Durrell. Remember how I was telling you these guys are they're all from the same stable. You can see Durrell was looking at him like, "What's up, dog? Damn, we were just smiling at each other in the office the other day. Now you're over here fucking trying to cut my eye open with your laces, your elbow." He was going for it. Durrell's all man. Fuck that dog shit. That dude's all man. He's all warrior, you guys. And he's not a bleeder. Yeah, you guys talk about Tyson Fury's cut, man, being one of the best. Dude, that dude did not bleed last night. That was so strange. I think that's why the doctor was like, "Bro, if you can see, I'm gonna let it go on. There's no, you don't have a mask of blood on the side."
Durrell's actually in shape. Tyson Fury's got a lot of meat probably behind that eye.
Yeah, whatever it was, man, that cut man did a hell of a job stopping whatever formula or chemical he was putting in that eye to stop the bleeding. Everyone needs to purchase that this morning who's a cut man because it seemed to work. It gave Durrell about 3 or 4 more rounds that he should not have had.
Yeah, but the cut was so bad. Did you see them trying to put Vaseline on there? And
it was ugly, dude. It was deep, and it's right in that.
It was burgundy. It wasn't even red. It was so deep. It was burgundy.
And Vaseline just went right off. Like, it did not even hold. I'm like, oh my gosh. That was like just sending them out there.
That was definitely we were looking at brain matter coming out of that fold of his eye or something.
Also too, if you have a cut on your right eye, do not switch to southpaw, because now you're giving your right eye.
I don't know what that was about.
Jab. And I think at that point, I knew Jarrell was getting desperate. I knew he wanted to, maybe he wanted to switch it up to try to confuse him. I don't know, but you definitely gave up the eye a lot easier that way, but it is what it is.
That's a great point, Will. I thought of that when they were telling him that. That's a great point. So your young trainers, if your game plan does not consist of you training in the middle of fight to switch into southpaw because half your eye is hanging out your fucking head, you probably should throw in the towel. The only reason why I think they let Darrell go on is because it's his last fight, right? We're coming down to the end of the man's career. I think they let him go for it. Also, I can't say it enough. The fucking blood just wasn't there. So it wasn't like he can go, oh, I can't see, right? Can you see? No, it was just a bad cut, but man, they did a hell of a job. And he got all the opportunity that he could. Wasn't going good at the end of that fight. David Benavidez had totally taken over. Hey, look, Benavidez plant, that's the fucking future for the PBC at the super middleweight right now. I think we all know it. After that, they're going to have to reach out. You got Callum Smith. You got Billy Joe Sanders. You got Chris Eubank. You got Canelo. All these guys fight outside of the PBC. So David Benavidez can't move forward without at some point going outside of that stable. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. I would really like to see him and Plant get this unification on, so then we can move forward from the PBC. Benavidez or Plant fighting under the PBC anymore.
Is Benavidez the biggest Mexican ever? Or
Gilberto Ramirez is right there though, bro. He's like 6'6", or he's like 6'3" or something like that. Watch, look at Gilbert. Yeah.
Look, Benavidez.
The meat, Will.
There was a few things that I was watching Benavidez last night, and maybe because I'm not the biggest Canelo fan, but I saw a really, really tall, long fighter who actually fought at his height, and he really used his height really good. He used his reach, but what that said, it was just amazing to see a guy so big and long fight on the inside the way he did and was committed to the body. I mean, he was committed to the body and really, really brought on the pain, man. And it was just like in the back of my mind, I was like, did Canelo duck this guy or he just move away from the division because he didn't want to see this? Mexican American, versus Mexico. I know we all like to throw up the Mexican flag, but when that American flag gets in the middle of it, it becomes, let's just say, a civil war in a sense. You know what I mean? But he looks like a problem. He looks like a big problem, man. And he has to fight Canelo. I mean, it was
about a year ago, Canelo came out and said he will no longer fight Mexicans. Will.
Oh well, good, because he's Mexican American.
Yeah, hey, Gilberto Ramirez and David Benavidez were no longer on his radar. Not even Triple G. He don't even want Triple G.
But Triple G's more Mexican, I guess.
Yeah, hey, he's been coming real picky here lately.
Hey, Triple G don't say.
I don't want no Mexicans. I don't want Triple G.
Hey, after that scorecard, no more Mexican style. I hear you. Man.
Which takes us to our quotes after the fight. David Benavidez said, "This was one of the hardest fights I've had. It was very tactical, but I worked with my jab the whole time. It wasn't easy. I'm now the youngest two-time world heavyweight champion from Phoenix, Arizona. I've got a lot of respect for Anthony Dirrell, especially the way he fought tonight." Anthony Dirrell, I felt it when the punch opened up the cut. Much respect to the champion. He fought his ass up. I could have kept going. I was still ready to fight. I still didn't go down, and I didn't quit. I could have kept going. He's a true champion in the whole lead up to the fight and with the press. He was a champion. There you go. Which takes us to the main event of the evening, in the words of Sam Navigero. In the main event of the evening. There you go, Sam. Shout out to Sam, our roving correspondent internationally. Errol Spence Jr. takes on Shawn Porter. Andrew, before we discuss this fight and the saga that's about to unfold, okay, how did you pick this for the Fantasy Sports League?
Spence by decision.
Just straight unanimous?
You just do decision. He doesn't ask for that.
Oh, I actually picked it by split decision. I nailed this one literally right on the head.
He just asked for decision. Maybe there should be an extra point if you nail the way it's going to go down. And maybe that would be cool, but no, I don't.
Let me do some of the quick stuff, right? So Staples drew 16,700 people.
Nice.
18,000 seats, right? That's what they had available, 18,000 seats. So they did 16,000 people. Everybody wore their, how do I say this without sounding racist? Their cultural attirement, from my perspective. The stats for this fight, before we discuss the actual outcome of the fight, I have those available. Hold on, I'm trying to bring them up.
Think Deontay Wilder's Black Panther gold necklace is awesome, though.
Oh, dude. There were outfits that I just can't even discuss because people will think I'm making the shit up and I'm being racist. I sat on a balcony and I saw people walk out.
Let me say it, Lee, because
there was a dude. There was a black dude dressed like a pope, legit like a pope, like with the fucking hat. He might as well have been swinging incense.
Halloween is right around the corner. Now, if it was like in July, then yeah, let's just throw that out there. That is a little bit too much.
I like how all the young men have to put on all the jewelry that they have in their fucking jewelry box nowadays. Like it was just talk about Liberace out there, boy. As much ice as you could put on now, I guess.
Hollywood.
No.
Okay, before we discuss the outcome, the score, everything, here are your final stats. Ready? Spence, through his number of power punches, wound up to be a total. Oh, they didn't give final totals? Yeah, there they are. Total punches. Spence threw 221 punches for a connect rate of 29.7%. That's body shots. His total jabs were 37 that landed. That gave him 11.2%. Power punches, 184 of 416 throw for 44%. Porter, total punches to the body, 172 of 744 thrown, 23.1% connect ratio. His total jab count was 30 of 191, giving him a 15% jab ratio. Again, fighters, please get back to the jab. Very good move. And then ultimately, his power shot was 142 of 553 for 25%. For those of you living under a rock.
What were their total punches, Lee? Total punches for both fighters.
Total punches thrown?
Yeah.
They didn't total it up on my notes. So Spence had 745 body shots, 329 jabs thrown,
and
416 power punches thrown. What is that? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Call it 1,600 punches thrown.
No, you're not reading that right.
No, hey, look, you have Porter throwing somewhere around 450 punches total. Spence, I don't know if this is right, but Spence over 500 punches. That
sounds good. And why I asked that, you guys, is because Manny still throws 750. So they better pick up their punch output somewhere, because Manny's going to throw a lot more punches than that. That's one thing. That's one thing that when he was naming off those punch numbers, I thought they were kind of low. Pacquiao brings 4 or 5 punch combos all 3 minutes. So yeah, that's interesting.
Total punches thrown. Here we go.
Real quick. Now I asked Andrew this because he probably saw it. Don't you hate it when you see a fighter come in there like dry, like he just took his shirt off and just walked in the ring? To me, when they got in the ring, Errol Spence looked dry, like he wasn't warmed up.
That was because of the ring, bro. Remember the delay?
Okay.
Yeah, they had the 10-minute. They had the 10-minute delay on the walkout. Yes, sir.
Flat.
For those of you who don't know, Errol Spence wins by, I'll give out the scorecards to finish that, and then we'll do quotes after. Final scores for this bout go like this. We have a split decision. Errol Spence Jr., 116-111 for Errol Spence. Shawn Porter, 115-112. And your winner and new unified champion, Errol Spence, gets us a score of 116-111. I think that score of 116-111 is right in the pocket. I'm not exactly sure what Larry Hazard was watching other than cataracts on his eyes because he's an old fuck and all of his scorecards are weird. I don't know how he has Shawn Porter winning that fight at all. Ever,
I could tell you.
At any point. All right, go ahead. Now, with all that said, you guys have 45 whole minutes that Andrew just yawned on camera for. You now may debate the greatness. By the way, great fight, enjoyable fight. But I am telling you that literally, because I was listening to the audio at the same time of what you guys were watching, because I have my computer up. Fuck the Jizz Fest. Let me do that again on camera because I only did it off camera. The Jizz Fest. Wait, where's my camera? Jizz Fest.
Oh, you're a righty. Thanks for showing
me. Yes, I could do that again. The Jizz Fest by, can I say it one more time? The Jizz Fest by Goosen about how great the fight was. Could he say it anymore? Oh, guys. Oh, my God. Like, I haven't seen a fight like this in 47 years.
Hey, Lee, though, you got to give him credit, man. We really haven't. Really haven't, bro.
No, I'm telling you it's Hearns Hagler. Like, it's got to be discussed like Hearns Hagler. Like, it's got to be discussed.
No, right? You know what? When do you see two champions go toe-to-toe like that and put it all out there? And as for your scorecard, Lee, listen, that fight last night was one of the few times where if I was a judge, I would be kind of like on the edge on a lot of rounds, maybe 8 of those rounds. I mean, you would have to score this fight. Like, what do you like seeing more? The sharper punches, by Spence, or do you just like the pure aggression, landing punches, not as crisp as the other, but taking full advantage of the round? It's like, what are you looking for? I think Shawn Porter.
That's fair enough. And what Shawn Porter actually showed last night was, I got to do this. This is it. Like, Shawn Porter actually went into that fight going, I read my own press. I get you guys don't think I'm a real fighter.
Last night
he went in there like, I got to prove a point.
It showed that what me and Andrew talk about a lot, how your father, maybe does not need to be your trainer, or maybe it's time for you to move on because, there's certain things that you probably can't pass on anymore. Shawn Porter has every bit of what you want out of a professional fighter. Okay, and also too in person a class act, but he's a true warrior.
That's the point.
But there's some things that
we didn't know that shit until this fight. What the fuck?
Porter, throws a jab multiple times in that fight. It lands. He lands. Like, there's never any straight punches, from Shawn Porter. And if he had that in his repertoire, man, he pulls it off. He pulls it off on Saturday night. I was really, really impressed. So real quick, I'm gonna go.
Like, if this was Shawn Porter all along, Andrew, am I crazy? Like, why is Shawn Porter just now showing up to this fight?
No, he's always.
No, he's been there. He's been there. This was his biggest platform. You got to remember that PBC hasn't really been nailing it out there in the last few years, Lee, as far as viewerships, right? So a lot of Porter versus Garcia, Porter, Broner. These fights really didn't get a lot of airtime. No one was watching them, but they were good fights. He's a face-first fighter. Remember, I've always wanted to see Porter Bradley. I really thought that would have been a fucking classic fight for the welterweight division, man.
Porter Bradley.
Dude, and so he's very athletic. He's an athletic man. I still don't say he's a classic boxer at all. I thought Spence described him best when he said you look like a kid in a pool who can't swim. He really does. He throws some awkward punches. A lot of his punches, no technique behind him at all. But you know what? He gets it done. He's got a chin. He's got heart. He's in great conditioning. Let's go. Where we at? That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
That knockdown, when he could have went down, and when his glove just barely tapped and his
Motherfucker
leg
got up.
He said, fuck, no. And he stood up. I said, that right there, man, is just, to me, man, I just wish Shawn Porter just had a little bit more in his repertoire, man. As
Him
in
versus Marcos Madonna, we were robbed of. That would have been a fucking classic fight that PBC never got done. Okay.
And also, and just like when I went back to like that guy in the welterweight division, unfortunately, if nothing's going to change, if you want to be somebody in the welterweight division, in order to get to the top guys, you have to fight Shawn Porter. Because if you can't get out of that fight victorious, you shouldn't even ask for a title from anybody else. Shawn Porter did so good last night. He made Errol Spence better last night, meaning that we haven't seen Errol Spence get touched up like how he did last night. Errol Spence last night. We never saw that. So we actually got to saw who Errol Spence was last night. At times I saw him shook. I thought that maybe he was mentally getting drained, but no, he had that same facial expression that whole time. And he didn't stop. He kept landing, man. And so when that knockdown came, man, it was just everything that Errol Spence was doing. Yeah, right. Everything that Errol Spence was doing worked, and that's the thing. If you are a technical boxer and you know how to land and you're a sharpshooter like Errol Spence, you're going to beat somebody like Shawn Porter, man. And, like I said, get all the credit in the world to Shawn Porter, but at the end of the day, Errol Spence showed the boxing world last night that he can be involved in any fight, especially all the flack he got for fighting Mikey Garcia.
Okay, with that said, here's the one that's going to be the discussionary point, probably become a video. So for those of you listening to the podcast, I apologize because I'm going to clip it right here, more than likely. I'm going to put a dead section in. Hi, everybody. Lee Hanish, Andrew Labouche, Lee Hanish, and of course, Guillermo Willie Jimenez coming to us from a garage that has no light. Like, of the two of you, like video-wise, this is ridiculous. But all right, here's the question. Last night, Spence, are you backing off on camera, bro?
Hey, this is what we've been missing, Lee, this whole time. What
the camera element, right?
On the other side of the phone. Now we see a whole
it's
couple.
So fucking crazy to know that
we would have saw nipples, we would have saw tattoos, like we would have saw all these things. Like
I don't know why you didn't take the shirt off. Like it would increase our female viewership. I don't want to let it go to your head, Andrew, but it would definitely increase our.
What are you holding on
audience.
to? See, it's.
He's hot.
Yeah,
oh my gosh!
Hey.
Stop that!
Hey, Andrew, take that shirt off. Sexy thing.
Oh yeah. My cousin does De La Hoya now too. Fuckface. Like to tell you
does
that.
He really the same
yeah,
way?
He does. Yep.
Outstanding. Shout out to your cousin.
Yes,
I left the bullhorn in the car. I was really gonna wake up early and go out to see Will, but I was tired after that fight.
Hey, that's
9 o'clock.
Yeah, they ended late.
Late.
They ended late. Most of the time,
there's no way I was gonna pull that all the way to Vegas. That's crazy. I'd fucking die, and you guys would both be there while I'm laying in a hospital room, fucked up, going, dude, you shouldn't have drove it. And so I didn't.
We still would have did the show, Lee. In your memory.
I know you would have, and you both would have said the same thing. First words, Lee was stupid and tried to drive all the way to State Line after that fight.
One time I seen him do like 2 Red Bulls and a fucking what did you
get?
back in
no
dose?
Wedding.
Yeah, I was like, hey, my whole family was nervous. They're like, he really drives like that?
We're gonna say I digress 10 times. 10
all right,
times.
I digress. Let's talk about this. Goose and jizzed all over the fight. You guys have jizzed over the fight. Look, I gotta say it. I jizzed on the fight. It's what I want. I give the fight an A+. But here's the question: is this going to be on the wall of the? It doesn't exist, so I'm going to just describe it this way: the Boxing Canton Hall of Fame video wall. Is this thing going to stack up with the great welterweights, middleweights, like of all time? Is this going to be something people go back and go, that was a fucking fight? Like Bob Arum 100 years from now on his little robot legs, because he'll still be alive. He'll be 300 then. You guys don't know.
Saying, would it be like
guy?
So it'll be like on a classic fight, certain thing. I think it could be. The problem is just that Porter is not as declarated as some of the other, big time fights. I mean, for this generation, I mean, it should be, but it's just.
Is he discussed with De La Hoya? Is he discussed with Manny Pacquiao welterweight? Is he discussed with?
No. This is like us watching Timothy Bradley versus I can't say the Russian name. Say his Russian name, Andrew.
Ruslan Paratnikov.
Paratnikov. There you go. I mean, that right there. You could throw that fight on right now, and you could watch that fight. You could be like, oh my gosh. But at the end of the day, you got to be like, okay, well, no disrespect to the fighters. Well, who's that other guy? You know what I mean? And it's just, like I said, Porter wasn't as declarated. I mean, it is like a little Gotti Ward, but I think that there's more for Errol Spence. I think that, he hasn't plateaued yet.
That is true. It's going to matter how great Errol Spence is at the very end of his career, where this fight will end up. I'll give you an example.
Are you going to discuss it in the vein of like a Hearns?
No, I'll give you an example. De La Hoya Trinidad is a fight that everyone remembers at the welterweight division for both of those men, really for Oscar. Yet, it was De La Hoya versus Corte that had one of the greatest welterweight clashes we had seen in that era. No one remembers Corte. So that could happen to Porter here. But as long as Spence becomes who we all believe he is, this fight will not be forgotten. At least for 20 years, because Spence looks like he might be here for that long.
So is Errol Spence the welterweight god we've made him out to be at this point?
No.
Oh.
He has to fight Terrence Bud Crawford. Yeah. It is a must. That is the man from the junior welterweight division. He held all 4 titles. He is undefeated. He came to the welterweight division and knocked out the man that beat who the fuck you guys all say is the man of the welterweight division now. Did you guys just hear what I said? Everybody out there in TV land, did you hear that? What movie is that? Hey, listen to me. He knocked out Jeff Horn in 9 rounds. Jeff Horn was the guy that beat the man the PBC is claiming is the man of the fucking welterweight division. Put that on a fucking T-shirt, you fucking duckers.
Hey, no. To me, like I was explaining.
Lee, am I lying? Lee, am I lying?
No, you're not lying.
It's pathetic, bro. It's pathetic. Terrence Crawford is the man at the welterweight division.
Hey, no,
I'm gonna
go as far as saying Terrence Crawford is the man pound for pound. To me, Crawford's a perfect fighter. He has everything you want. He has heart. He has speed. He has power. He could switch southpaw and be more dangerous, and it's just,
if I'm Bob Arum.
Lee, go. I know you're.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Go to the quotes.
Can somebody say my name?
Yes. Go and talk and go and look at the quotes from Errol Spence last night.
Who's Errol Spence, for God's sakes?
Somebody who is ducking the man in boxing right now. You are scared.
Oh,
scared.
You mean Errol Spence?
Errol.
If I'm Bob Arum, I would come out today and offer Shawn Porter $10 million to fight Terrence Crawford on pay-per-view.
$100 million to get his ass knocked out by the greatest fighter of all time.
And how about this? Was this like a PVC setup? Right when they said we have a man in the ring right now, my gosh, I'm like, no way. Terrence Crawford is in the ring. He's in the ring, and then it's Danny Garcia. And it's like, why is he in the ring?
Who the fuck is Danny Garcia? Why is he stealing my Errol Spence moment? Fuck, I went to LA.
It was like, dude,
you're drugs with Oscar.
You don't even have to bring Terrence Crawford up now. So, that question's not going to be said. You already have a fighter in the ring calling you out. It's just unreal. And they even look like they were homies, like they knew this was going to happen. Like how you're saying, the PVC guys are all hang out and kick it. It's like, oh my, like it's.
Dude,
and
you
then,
don't know because you've never been to a PBC fight. This is my first time going to one. I am telling you, it is a fucking PBC love fest. These guys walk around. They all know each other. They're all hugging. They're all kissing. They're all.
Did anyone see the Charlo? Did anyone see the Charlo brothers in there giving hickeys to Errol Spence? I mean, these guys are supposed to fight each other. These guys are one division away, and they're both undefeated.
Hey, Lee, start the show off when you recorded. Did you see the Charlo brothers giving hickeys to Errol Spence?
I don't
That
know.
just
Let's
looks
see.
bad,
So
'cause
far,
you know
we've
why it
got
looks bad?
Goose and
Because,
Jizzing
you know,
for Molina and the
it's just like,
Charlos hickeys.
you know, to have twins, you know, it's just not like that. You know what I mean, Lee?
No, they're all friends.
I
They're
don't
all
know.
friends.
Actually,
Bet,
I don't
bet
know.
the over. Bet the over when Spence fights Charlo. Bet a 12-round split decision.
No, hey, listen, dude. Hey, I've already come to the conclusion that this fight is never gonna happen. You're gonna see
It's gonna happen because Terrence Crawford is the greatest commodity ever on the planet. In
You're gonna
fact,
see
if
him
we
fight
didn't have
Danny
Terrence
Garcia and
Crawford,
he
you
will
would be
move out.
driving an electric vehicle.
Hey, Lee, my prediction is this: you're gonna see Errol Spence fight at 154 at the end of next year. He's gone. He'll be gone. He unified. That's enough for him. He'll fight Danny Garcia, maybe.
I wish the PBC would just get it over with and go out of business so that we can get the fights we want. I really would, because then Errol Spence would have no choice but to take. You know, I get my wild guess. If Bob put it together, it's a $50 million fight. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, Las Vegas, T-Mobile Arena.
But that's
the point.
Like him fighting, like him
$60 million, Andrew. That's not a crazy number.
I think that, you know,
greatest welterweight fight of the modern era.
Hey, no, Crawford should fight, Shawn Porter just because I think Porter earned it, but it shouldn't be like, fight. Look, you know, it shouldn't be like, look, I'm knocking the guy out that you went 12. Look, you're scared of me type of deal. I believe that, you know, when Crawford stepped in that division, I think he was already the man then. I mean, that's like I said, I think he's pound for pound the best fighter in the world. He should not have to chase a guy who apparently said that nobody should be scared of anybody from Nebraska. I'm like, but you are.
No, I'll say it. I don't deep down. Errol Spence, what I noticed most about him watching the fight up close and personal is that look on his face at the beginning of each round. Like it's just a job. Like he's just going to go out there and just like hang in fucking wallpaper. Like he doesn't look sad. He doesn't look unhappy. He's just like another fucking day in the.
You ever been to Texas?
No.
They all walk on looking like. Well,
like
you know, fat, you know,
very much got a poker face.
Well, apparently, when you're from Covina and you're John Molina in between rounds, you look like somebody fucking hit you with a 2x4. So, I mean, at least I can appreciate Errol Spence of this is just my fucking job. I just liked everything about how he carried himself before the fight. Like, he doesn't talk.
I will not purchase the Danny Garcia fight, though. Danny Garcia has done nothing as a welterweight to get this shot at
But he's got a media following. He's got a social media following, Andrew.
He has not earned that back. No.
He beat
Danny
Robert
Garcia
Guerrero.
is the Ryan Garcia of the PBC. I got 55 million followers. Dude,
He beat Robert Garcia, who is not a welterweight, loses to Keith Thurman. Who else does he beat? He beats Adrian Granados, who is not a welterweight. Loses to Porter. Just the guys. If you guys really look up Danny's record, he has done nothing in the welterweight division.
He
This
had
is
that
a fucking
exceptional win at
bogus-ass fight.
Dignity Healthcare Field Park
This is a
in Mentor.
bogus fight.
He beat the greatest UK fighter of all time. The greatest. The guy who could punch a water bottle empty and keep it in the air. Amir Khan.
But that's not at welterweight, bro. That's at junior welterweight. That's what I'm talking about. Danny Garcia has done nothing at 147. It's a fucking joke. This fight is really a joke. If people could give Spence shit, you know, we can't accept fights like this. This is a PBC fight. This is a total matchup where Al Heyman's just double-ending the deal. We all know damn well Danny Garcia is not winning that fucking fight. So why would we watch?
Why are you discounting his win over Granados at Dignity Healthcare and Smoothie?
I know, because Granados is a lightweight. Remember, Granados
Andrew, he
skipped,
won. He's back. I heard him say it.
He skipped the junior welterweights to go right to fucking welterweight.
I'm back. Where did you go?
I'm sure. You know, if anyone, Danny's people are listening to this, I mean, first of all, when's the last time Danny fought? And second of all, if you're fighting Errol Spence, dude, I mean, that's just the PVC dumping you in there, knowing the fact that they really believe you're going to lose. You know, it's just like there's no build up to this. There's no nothing. You haven't climbed back on the
fight
ranks.
off before the end of the
Like
year.
you're going to lose that night.
And he has to make over $5 million. He turned down $5 million, or he could have even been 6 to fight Terrence Crawford. Danny turned that down. So once again, Lee, we got to go back to our Espinosa calculator. In his next big fight against Spence, they announced it yesterday, he needs to make over $5 million. Last night, Willie, wait a minute, hold on, we already got Espinosa's calculator. Last night, that fucking Spence made $2 million. So how is he going to make over $5 million in his next fight if the champ of the goddamn PBC only made $2 million? You see how these fucking guys, they've been bamboozled all along. Isn't that on Apex? You guys play Apex? Bamboozled.
Wait, hold on. I have it from the Espinosa calculator. We're out of business.
Even with Spence moving up to 154, let's say he takes off to 154 right now. Who is he gonna fight that people give 2 fucks about? I'm just saying, like, it's like the Charlo brothers were there, but now they just seem like they.
And then Hurd lost to Williams, right? So they all got defeats now. They all have defeats. Lara.
There's nothing there. You have Terrence Crawford right there. Yep. You step up and fight him. You do not just get paid. You become a legend.
Actually,
you beat the man.
We gotta remember this, Lee. Danny Garcia turned down $5 million, and he's about to be in a fight where they only made $2 million. What the fuck is going on, dude?
Actually, I see something much bigger happening, which is when is Fox going to cut its ties with the PBC next?
Oh, I know. After Deontay's next fight. When they see it doesn't do
shit. What does that leave? Like, the PBC is going to have their own streaming app.
Hey, let me tell you something. You know I'm going for King Kong. Oh, my Lord. What happens if Deontay Wilder loses?
Oh. You can only hope that he loses.
No, it's sad. It's a sad day for him and his family if he loses that fight.
Without Deontay Wilder.
Does Al Heyman get a new passport and go to Canada and just take off?
Yeah, he's already done that. If you guys don't know this because you're not going to fightnetradio.com, shameless plug. I've been posting this because I'm on the Top Rank email circuit. Bob is signing every heavyweight in America who isn't signed. Like, he's already figured it out. He's like, I could steal the division. Fuck these guys. He's literally like, fuck the belt. I'm just going to sign every heavyweight prospect that isn't bolted down, every journeyman that isn't bolted down. Like, he's signing heavyweights at an unbelievable pace with press releases, like at least 2 a week from what I've been watching. So you guys watch out. If Bob Arum takes over the heavyweight division because he keeps putting Tyson Fury into bullshit fights, right? And he still keeps making money and he's still getting viewers and he's got ESPN happy. Deontay, don't lose that belt, bro. Luis Ortiz is going to be on a boat going over to Bob.
Oh, but you know what?
Hola, Bob. Me llamo Luis.
Hey, that would be their rematch. That would be their rematch to bring it back to make some type of coin. I don't know. PBC has always ruined this game. And last night.
I'm Bob. Welcome, Mr. Ortiz.
They ruined a lot of people's money. You don't understand. You guys don't understand. Adrian Broner was supposed to make $40 million with Rock Nation. $40 million. He never fucking came close to that with staying with the PBC.
Showtime gave up on Deontay. Like the biggest news of all this. The biggest news of all this. The reason we didn't have a date for this fight. The reason we had a press conference today. Showtime raw dogged Deontay. If I was Deontay,
yep.
Bro, you got raped.
Royally fucked. Yes, sir.
And then
Chisora should actually do a tweet on Wilder. You're absolutely right. Chisora should be like, I thought I got fucked.
Ruiz made how much, and how much did Deontay Wilder pass up?
Yeah.
I
mean, and how much is he about to make, and how much is he making off the table?
Was it 50 million? Was it 50 million?
What? Ruiz?
No, not Ruiz.
No, Deontay Wilder passed on $146 million.
Joshua and Wilder.
Joshua, he passed on Joshua twice. He passed on a $50 million payday, and then he passed on a 4-fight contract with Dazin that would have been $140 million.
If that fight was in America, he just could have been one of the richest. I mean,
no, he was promised by Steven Rape Fighters Espinosa $40 million a fight because he's loyal. We're gonna take. He's loyal.
We're family. No, remember, we're family.
He stays in the family.
But this is what people. Hey, but this is the problem. What heavyweights don't understand. Unlike any other division, you're one punch away. You know, with like, that puncher's chance shit. It's always in the heavyweight division. So if you have that paycheck right in front of you, let's not pass that up.
The only one who's playing it right, I got to be honest, if everybody is taking a big fat contract, Canelo is fighting just high enough level fighters. He's got his money in his pocket. He doesn't have to train too hard. He's right there. Like, Canelo's the only one handling his handle with all that money.
Signs the richest deal in sports, and then all of a sudden doesn't want to fight brown guys or Triple G.
Hey, fuck you, Andrew, on behalf of the Canelo camp.
Rocky
Don't
Fielding,
get Oscar out. Don't get Oscar out
Rocky Fielding and Sergey Kovalev, 2 white guys that was next 3 fights.
Hey, fucker.
I'm just being bad, you guys. There's nothing to there.
Hey, hold on.
Fucker. Why you gonna be talking shit about my fighter, bro? Why, Andrew?
Hey, Canelo better win that fight.
Because I didn't sign your fucking autograph, bitch? Is that it? Is that why you're fucking over Canelo? Why don't you get down on your knees like I do every night and blow the greatest middleweight fighter of all time?
Oh my God.
He might offer that. No, I'm just playing.
Oh my God.
Oscar just slips it in there too. You want me to come upstairs and blow you? No, what? What'd you say? Nothing. I'm gonna go back to the bar.
Hey, it's not gay, fucker. It's not gay because I don't get hard.
It's stress relief.
It's stress relief.
Stress relief.
Best fighter. He's my only fighter.
Hey,
my only
don't knock it till you try it, right? In the words of Tyson Fury, don't knock it till you try it.
Oh my God, you sick fuck! You see, Willie? You see, you always got to go. Willie? Oh my God, did he just say that? Did you just say that?
I said it like if I was Lee, not me.
Tyson Fury's like, did he just fucking say that?
All right, well, he said it about cocaine. Hey, don't knock it till you try it.
Yay.
That'll do it for this week's Fight Net Radio. We'll do news midweek. We'll round up Andrew and do a midweek show. If I can't round up Andrew, I'll somebody. What?
When everybody takes shirts off?
Calm down. Andrew has to go watch the Raiders lose to whoever.
Yeah, no, we suck. Fuck.
It's a bad season. And I have to go watch.
No, because you know what's going to happen. If we lose like 2 more games, the whole team checks out. That's how the NFL is now. As soon as these rich-ass men know they're not on a playoff team, they all start thinking about where they're going on vacations. That's what's going to happen. They check out. They get jobs the very next year. You can literally murder somebody and get a job the next season.
So I went to the final. Wait, this is a true story. So I went to the final Padres home game. I saw the Padres versus the Dodgers final home game for the Padres, right? Manny Machado and his big fat $500 billion contract that he signed with the Padres, he literally didn't lay out for an easy ground ball. The pitcher caught a ball on the fly. He turned around to see if Machado was covering the bag to get the double play. Machado didn't do that. And then at the bottom of the 9th, they had a runner at second, Machado at the plate. He could have fucked the Dodgers, stopped the sweep, and at least ended the season on some dignity. He struck out and just cursed at the ref. And I went, he's already in Miami mentally.
Yeah, Antonio Brown has been in all this trouble last few months.
Real quick.
They just said 3 teams are interested in him right now.
Of course.
Everywhere I go here in town in Las Vegas, every store, there's Antonio Raider jerseys, Antonio Brown Raider jerseys everywhere.
I want one.
They didn't pull him off yet?
No,
dude, I'm gonna have to order one from China.
That part is like it's the same price.
It must be a contract.
Actually, I want an Antonio Brown. No, you know what? I'm gonna have one.
I don't know how he would be getting money from that.
I'm gonna get one made.
Whatever the case, yeah, we get 2 more defeats. This thing's going 4-12. Believe that. These guys, they don't play anymore. There is no, oh, it's Denver. We need to beat Denver because, the fucking fans want it. Get out of here. They don't want to get hurt. Good,
when you guys get railed by Kansas City.
Blame the coach. Move it on.
So what will hurt more, getting railed by the Chargers or Kansas City this season?
I don't know. Don't you guys suck too? You're in the same boat, bro.
No, we don't suck yet. We're only losing by like a field goal touchdown.
Hey, aren't you 1-2? Are you 1-2?
Yeah.
Okay, then. So you're in the same boat.
I'll tell you this, Andrew. If we can't beat Miami today, we suck.
Yeah, you'll be 4-12. Yes. That's how these players are, bro. That's how it is. I've seen this
Philip
for what?
Rivers is still going to throw the ball for 5,000 yards.
Willie,
calm down, bro.
Your opposition is 1-9. That's what they are in the 3 weeks.
The Cowboys opposition is 1-9. The Patriots is 1-9. But the Niners, it's like, hey, hold on. I haven't seen this shit. I was 17 years old. Leave my Niners alone. I've been 17 since 17-0. Oh, the Cowboys 1-9. Same record.
Good. They fucking suck too. What did I say? The Cowboys are great. They suck too. The fuck? When's the last time the Cowboys won a Super Bowl? Oh, get out of here.
Oh, they need to fire that coach.
Do you know in baseball your opposition's record would be 10-90 right now, 3 weeks into the baseball season?
Only play who's on.
So please, everyone would be saying, calm the fuck down. Calm it down. Stay humble.
I've been humble. My game is in 3 weeks when we play the Rams. We'll see where we're at.
Exactly. It's things like that you got to look at when you're 1-9. Okay? The last opposition has 1 win in 3 weeks.
We get to beat up on the Browns Monday night next week, and then we get to travel to LA.
That game was interesting.
Up on the Browns. Calm down.
It was. That game is interesting. There's some playmakers on the Browns. You got to give them that.
No, there aren't.
Yes, there. What are you talking? Odell Beckham and Landry. They're not going to score touchdowns against the Niners.
I have because I have.
Really? Are you serious right now?
Number 2 ranked defense down.
Fight Night Radio. FightNetRadio.com with Andrew and Lee. Talking boxing, combat, sports, comedy, football, and everything kick-ass. All on FightNetRadio.com. Fight Night!